Hey there YouTube, this is Mr. Fedora Man. I'm back with Chapter 15 of Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones, the little bonus I'm doing of Ephraim's Path. Sorry I have not uploaded in quite a while. It's been certainly busy lately. That's why I posted that video before saying that I'd be busy for a little bit because of exams and whatnot. So I only have one more to do, and that's then I'm done with them. So after that, it'll be back to, I'll be able to do recordings more frequently. It's just hard to find the time to record, and if, for these Fire Emblem videos, it takes a little bit more time because I have to do the chapter off screen, and once I'm done that, then I have to post-commentate over it. So I have to find the time to do the chapter itself, and then I have to find the time to do the post-commentary as well. Now, this chapter you get Saleh, Ins, Eins, and Erica. So you get the three of them, but the thing is they're on the north end of the map, and your units are in this southwestern corner. So you have to be you have to make your way up to them. Now, you may be seeing a wait. I'll wait till we're back on the map. You may be seeing a little dragon next to Gilliam. Now that is Vanessa, who I have turned into a Wyvern Knight, I believe it is, off screen because, well, yeah, because I need a flying unit, and Vanessa had already maxed out as a Pegasus Knight, or Pegasus Knight. So I said, you know what? I've never seen a Wyvern Knight, or I've never seen a Pegasus Knight turned into a Wyvern Knight, so I changed Vanessa into a Wyvern Knight instead. I was like, why not? So, yeah. So now we have a flying unit that will be getting up in the ranks with it. As you can see, I also took Jarek. I don't quite know if that's how if you're supposed to pronounce his name like that, but the mercenary guy that was with the dancer. I took him into the battle here, because I decided, you know what? I didn't take any horseback units, as you can see. Or mounted unit. Well, the only mounted unit I took was Vanessa because she's the flying unit, and since she's a winged mount, rather, that she has, the terrain totally gets negated. It doesn't matter what terrain it is, she can fly over it. So it makes it good for picking up characters, rescuing them, and just traversing this map very frequent. Or traversing the map easily. Now there is something you can do here. There's a little treasure. I believe it's on this. Yeah, it's on this map, isn't it? There's a little kind of like a little treasure hunt going on here. I believe I did this in the main storyline. I can't quite remember what the prizes are, so I'll check them out and see if maybe they're worth it or not, because I don't want to be like, should I go after this, and then find out that it's not exactly worth it. But there are certain areas where you're going to need either a rogue, which will instantly pick up whatever item it happens to be there, or you're going to need a character, or a character's luck stat needs to be fairly high for it to work on a good chance. Because that's another thing, the luck factors. I believe luck factor plays into... I don't know. I might be getting this mixed up with Fallout. I think the luck factor goes into critical hits a bit. I'm not sure. And then it also goes into finding hidden items on the ground. That'll let you know how much. It's not even a percentage. It's kind of like, I think it's kind of random. Like the higher your luck is, the better chance you get. I have no idea. But I can't remember. I know there's a couple items that are fairly good. I'm going to see what items there are exactly, though, because since we have two bosses on this map, it's easy for us because all we really need to do is take out both the bosses. And since they're boss characters, they are not going to move. So they're going to be stationary. So it makes it easy. It makes it easy to find the items. So you just go over to the area that's required with your weaker units, and the boss will just stay there. Now, the interesting thing about both Valter and Kalik for this map is they have two special items that you can get one apart, or one each rather. And Kalik has the Hopland Guard, which is a item that takes up 1 slot in your inventory, and it totally negates. Lol. I am just great at speech today. It negates any critical hits, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you have a. Also, that's speaking of that critical hit. That's a 3% chance critical hit by Vanessa. I don't know why she's good at those. Anyways, back to what I was saying, that the Hopland Guard negates any critical hits. It doesn't matter how high your critical percentage is. It could even be 100. It just negates it. Pretty much brings it down to 0. So that means that Kalik cannot be hit with a critical, which means you have to rely on pure power. So either get a very powerful sword user to attack him, or a axe user, because Kalik is an axe user, being of the hero class. He can use both axes and swords. I believe he has a sword, but he's more proficient in axes. So you can either use an axe to kind of level it out, so that it's kind of neutral, or you can use a sword to have the advantage against him. Either way, you're not going to get a critical hit in, so just keep that in mind. Now, Walter, on the other hand, since he is he's a Wyvern Knight, I can't remember for the life of me. I think it might be a Wyvern Knight, what it's called, but he rides a Wyvern. So, Wyverns are both weak to... I can't remember which... if this game goes with the thing where Wyvern Knights are... or Wyvern units are susceptible to thunder or not, like thunder magic. I can't remember. I don't know if it is. I can't quite remember. I don't think they are, but if they are, that thunder would be a weakness, and the only other one that I can think of that'd be apparent would be arrows. So, the item that Walter has is the Feely Shield, which reduces damage taken from bows and arrows. So bows and arrows do not become very powerful weapons against flying, or that specific flying unit. So, see, because they wanted both Kalik and Walter to be very small, maybe not strong, but you can't dispatch them with cheap tactic. Well, maybe not cheap, but like lucky things like a critical hit or taking advantage of a really high damage anything. Like you can see that when Vanessa got attacked by that archer, that was just a normal foot soldier archer, and she got like hit by 14 damage. So I can't imagine what an accomplished sniper like Nemi, what damage she could do. That'd be pretty crazy. And I believe, oh no, it's not this one. I get a critical with Colm on a Cavalier unit, I believe, and that critical looks so awesome. Holy crap! I don't get to see it very often because I don't use Colm in battle because, well, one, I made him a rogue. I could have made him an assassin, but then I wouldn't have any unit that would be good at picking locks and whatnot, because either I'd have to keep Colm as a thief and give him a whole crap ton of lock picks, or change him into a rogue and not worry about that. Also, I cringed when I saw that. I was like, Berserker Staff. Because I don't want to send in all my units and then get berserked. So I rescued Colm because I was like, I am not getting Colm like berserked and then him attacking Gilliam and then Gilliam killing him. Like, I'm not having that happen. No, thank you very much. And the thing is, I was surprised by that because normally those troubadours don't carry around berserk staves and things like that. The only thing I remember with berserk staves was those 2 druids in the previous chapter. And see, here I gave Ephraim and Vanessa both dragon spears, because dragon spears are super effective, lol, Pokemon, against wyverns. So I'm sending Vanessa out to go to the closer area where Erica is, and there are a lot of wyverns in that area where Walter is, as you can see. So if one of them decides, hey, I'm going to fly over there and attack Vanessa, I can use a dragon spear and do some serious damage. And I also have Ephraim with me because I don't know. I'm probably going to attack him with Walter. Or I'd use him to attack Walter, just to get, like, the dialogue. And I want to use Joshua to attack Kalik, because Joshua and Kalik do have some banter, and like I said, it's quite a bit of banter, too. I'm pretty sure I showed it off in my playthrough of the game. That wasn't in Erica's path. Pretty sure I showed that dialogue off. But I don't know, if I can get Joshua up there and he can actually do a substantial amount of damage, I might consider it. Because lots of the time, this Joshua doesn't have a lot of strength. I mean, being an assassin, it's kind of more reliant against critical hits. And even then, if you don't have a high strength level, your critical hits kind of suck anyways. And yeah. That was a little bit of lag right there, I don't know what that was. So just so you know, if things are out of sync, I don't know how to fix the narration. And I mean, even then, it's not all that important if it's out of sync because it's post-commentary. I can comment on some of the things I'm doing, but ultimately you always see what I'm doing anyways. So even if things are out of sync and I'm talking about stuff that isn't on the screen, that could get a bit confusing, but it's not all that important, really. You can totally ignore if I'm talking about the game. I mean, I try to stray away from talking the game if I can. Like sometimes, okay, so Caleb has 2 axes. I like to, I do like to explain about the game. Like, I'm not saying that I will absolutely 100% not talk about the game, because other videos have proved that. I like talking about the game. But when I don't want to talk about the game 24/7, I want to, leave some time to be like, just talk about random other stuff. So, I don't know if that's more of something that piques people's interest. Game, like discussion of the game or discussion of just random stuff. Because sometimes I'd like to bring in some topics. I mean, I would love that, but I don't know if that would be a good idea. I don't know who would be into that thing, if it would just be a big waste of time. I honestly don't know. Oh. But yeah, it's a lot easier on this, I'll talk about the game again. It's easier on this map when you don't use mounted units. Because, well, you can use mounted units, sure. They can't travel very far on the desert. The only other place that they can really do some movement on is that grass, which is why all the cavalier units are down there on the grass by Volter, because they can actually, move. Also, here's that critical I was talking about. First hit, no, but the second hit... Like, look at that. That is just awesome. I really love some of the critical animations. Because they're just cool. And some of them are subtle, like you just don't notice them. Oh, I remember this part. Yeah, I remember this part with all the freaking Pegasus Knights. Jesus Christ. I don't even know why, like, so many goddamn Pegasus Knights. And then those 2 fortresses keep throwing out cavalier units. That's great. Yeah, but my main concern here was getting, okay, so I think, yeah, I try thunder. Okay, never mind. Wyverns are not weak to thunder. Only arrows. See here, I wanted to get both Erica, Saleh, and Inns. I don't know how to pronounce it, really. It's like Inns, I've heard Millennium Jester pronounce it as Eins. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Some of these names are just easy to pronounce, like Joshua. Like one's universal. It's Joshua. Or Josh or whatever. Or Vanessa, that one's like some of them, yeah, are just kind of, you understand. Like they're just basic. Like you know how to pronounce them. But some of them, like Saleh there, it's like an S-A-L-E-H. Like it's Saleh, Sally, like I don't know. That's why if there was actual dialogue, it would make sense, because it'd be like, well, they said the name in-game, so that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, or how they think it's supposed to be pronounced. There you go. That is what I do like about things like that, where they pronounce certain names and whatnot in the game dialogue, and you're like, okay, that's how they're supposed to pronounce it, if you're unclear of it. And right here I rescue Saleh because I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen to him. I know Erica can survive 1 hit, and there's only 1 Pegasus Knight. Or she can survive 2 hits, and there's a Pegasus Knight in range. Only 1 of them, though. So that's what I did there. I'm like, okay, I'll get her to take the hit. Why not? Hey man, we're moving up to the end of this recording. Also, one more thing I want to mention. Or no, I already mentioned it. I wanted to make Jarek one of my more leveled up units. I want to make him into a hero. Or what's the other one? It's a mercenary, a hero. Mercenary goes from hero to something else. I can't remember. I can't remember if it's the same if you're a mercenary. I know if. I don't remember. I'm just gonna stop saying about. I'm just gonna stop talking about that before I make myself look like an even bigger ass. But yeah, look at that. That's only 17 damage Joshua's doing. So I don't know. I like him because he's an assassin. He does stuff like this. But at the same time, I'd prefer that he had a little bit more raw strength, considering he's like what, level 18, tier 2 level 18. So he's only got 2 more levels to go. And even if he did get 2 strength points, it would hardly make a difference. Whatever though, fine by me. It's cool. I have other units. So I think I'm going to be using that Master Seal on Jarek when I get him to level 20 Mercenary. I don't know. I like having these different combinations of characters, because there's a lot of characters that I will and will not use. And sometimes I like to mix and match the combinations and see what kind of interesting little troops I can get out of it. Because there's some really cool combos you can pull off in this game. Anyways, we are coming up on the end of this recording with about 20 or so seconds to go. So I'm going to leave you here, and in the next episode we are going to finish, or not finish, we're going to continue on in Chapter 15, and yeah. So this is Mr. Fedora Man, signing off. Bye!